It's me again. Let's talk about. I have a lot of students that make comments and they say things like, oh, these doctors, they just charge me so much money. So listen, that was my deep breath. It's not necessarily your doctor's office. They don't choose these prices. If you have an insurance company and your insurance company considers your provider, your doctor, when I say provider, I mean your doctor, your dentist, your eye care place, your whoever gives you DME or medical equipment, whatever. When I say that they those are providers. So your insurance company usually has signed contracts with these providers. In the contracts, they state this is how much you are allowed to bill our subscribers, our members. So if you are I'm not going to use real names. If you have plant insurance, only because I see a plant. If you have plant insurance and plant insurance has a contract with Kitchen Orthopedics, Kitchen Orthopedics can only bill you, they're only allowed to bill you what your insurance company allows if there's a contract. Now, if they're out of network, that's different. You don't have out of network benefits. That's different. They could those costs could be higher. They could charge you a little bit more because it's not really a contract. But if there is a contract on file, meaning they are in network with your insurance company, they accept members and patients that have plant insurance. They accept those. Then that means that they have to go along the guidelines of what's in the contract. So if they bill $1,000 for an MRI, stop freaking out when you see that price. That's high. Well, I ain't saying I got the money, but that's high. But that's just the base price. And generally, those the prices that are billed to the insurance company is not anything that's just chosen. Usually, it's just some standard pricing that is just based on the area, the state that you live in, the economy. It's based on that. So when that so if it's a MRI and it's let's just say the base price is $1,000, but there's a contract that they have with plant insurance. What's going to happen is plant insurance is going to get that claim. They're going to get that $1,000 bill or $1,000 charge for an MRI, and they're going to say, nope, we only allow $500. And they're automatically going to write off that $500. That's nothing that can be billed. You got to drop it off the bill. And then they process it according to deductible, copay, co-insurance, out of pocket. That's my next video. But yeah, so they'll process your claim into those categories. But please stop saying that the doctor charges you all this money. They don't. Sometimes the insurance companies have them in a chokehold. And then the reimbursement rates just get less and less and less every year. The cost of stuff gets higher. Your medical equipment, just basic stuff goes higher every year. And these doctors' offices have to pay that. They have to have that equipment in their office. So when they have that equipment in their office so that they can treat you, these things cost money. And so imagine if they're paying higher prices for that, but the reimbursement from your insurance companies gets less and less each year, that's rough. The doctor is not, yeah, you've got some that are greedy. I'm not going to deny that, but that's every profession that you work in. So don't act like it's just doctors, because no, that's every profession you work in. But they have to pay their light bill because they can't run a business with no lights or power. They have to pay staff. Y'all complain about the staff, but that's another conversation. So they have to pay them as well. They have to pay insurance premiums for their staff. They have to pay for insurance, liability. Some of y'all like to sue for everything. But anyway, there's a lot of stuff that they have to pay on their end as well. So again, some of these prices that are set are not necessarily created by your doctor. They're not. The insurance companies have these doctors in a chokehold. And another thing, I know when you go to the doctor and your appointment is at 1 o'clock and you're upset because you've been sitting there an hour. Please understand, the one reason a lot of doctors have to pile their schedule with a bunch of patients is because of reimbursement rates. The insurance companies are not reimbursing like they should. So that's why they have to make money, y'all. They have to stay open. They have to stay open. They have to pay their staff. The staff that you cuss out, the staff that you get an attitude with because you've been sitting for 45 minutes when really either the person before you had a medical emergency that's not your business, or the person before you is really stressed out about whatever medical problems they have. Yeah, they came in for A, but they decided to discuss B through Z at the same time. The doctor can't kick you out. So those types of things throw the schedule off. It's not because they don't care. I promise you it's not. And they have to take breaks. They have to document. Your insurance company requires documentation. So they can't see 20 patients and then decide that, or 40 patients in a day, or 50, however many in a day. They can't see all these patients and at the end of the day say, oh, I'm going to document these notes so I can send them to you, so that I can have them on file in case the insurance company needs it. They're not going to remember that. You're not going to remember that. So just take that into consideration. Give a little bit of grace. A lot of grace was given to you. We can go to church on that. But a lot of grace was given to you. So let's give some of these doctors some grace. Yes, I said some, because there are some that we're going to have to pray for them. That's all I got to say on that. But anyway, that's your insurance company. That's all I got for you. Okay, bye.